Now that we've got our testing rig all set up, we get to start doing the fun part, which is to write some tests around our contract. You might be thinking, Stephen, writing tests is not fun. However, trust me, this is some of the most direct experience that you're going to get around working with Web3 and contracts. When we eventually start writing web apps around these contracts, we usually only end up writing a very limited amount of logic to interact with the contract. So by writing tests, you're going to get familiar with the logic of contracts much more quickly. With that in mind, let's get started by writing out our first top-level describe statement. So I'll say describe, and we're going to describe our lottery contract. And then inside this thing, we'll place an arrow function, and inside there, we'll place all of our different it statements. And remember, each it statement is going to attempt to test some different aspect of our contract. I think that we'll start off with the same it statement that we started off with on the inbox contract. It's going to be an it that is going to verify that our contract was successfully deployed to the local network. So we'll start off with an it of it deploys a contract. You'll recall that last time around, we were able to make sure that the contract was deployed by asserting that the lottery.options.address property was defined. And to make sure that some value is defined, we can use the assert.ok function. So we're simply going to assert lottery.options.address. So again, this is going to be the address that our contract was deployed to on the local test network. Let's save this and run our test at the command line just to make sure that we have everything working up to this point. So at the command line, I'm going to make sure that I'm inside of my new lottery directory. So here's all my project files. We still have the same package.json file that we had previously. And you'll recall that we had added a script to that package.json file to run the Mocha test suite by running the command npm run test, like so. Just like before, it will take our compiler a moment to actually compile the tests and then run them. So we have to wait these about 4 or 5 seconds or so for the compiler to run. Okay, cool. So that looks good. It looks like our testing setup is all good to go. If you see an error message at this point, it likely means that you might have forgot to change an inbox variable name or something like that over to lottery somewhere. So I encourage you to look through your deployment script, look through the compile script and the test script, and make sure that you didn't accidentally make a reference to the inbox contract at any point. All right, now that our testing rig is definitely set up and working properly, let's continue by starting to write some more tests in the next video.